Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. What a beautiful Monday is still a blessed day, regardless what is going on around us, regardless of the kororo, regardless of whatever that you are going through. Your struggles that you have, whatever that you have, is still a beautiful day. But because to wake up and to be alive, it's by grace, and it's a blessing. Today I was going through social media, and specifically on Facebook, and I was just checking on this page where people talk about legal issues. They ask about legal questions attached to relationships and marriages and everything. And I realized, I asked myself, I think within 30 minutes I saw new posts of just pain and misery. And people may ask me, why am I so passionate about relationship and all that? Relationship is who we are. We are born to love. We were born from love. Love is what makes us thrive. Love is what makes us happy. Love is what it can be any kind of love. Love is more important than the material things that we have, the things that we acquire. Love makes us to be the better version of ourselves. Love makes us serve. Love makes us see God, because He made us of love. So it's not I'm not only passionate about love for couples, but love in general. Love for parents, love for friends, love for siblings, love for each other as human beings. But we are in a crisis. If I might say so, we're in a crisis because we're a generation where we are miserable, most of us, when it comes to relationships. We are miserable. And apologize for the noise. When the cars are passing, they are staying next to the main road. I was just thinking about Abraham. I was thinking about Abraham when he wanted a wife for Isaac, and he sent his slave to a promise. He made his slave to promise that he's gonna get Isaac a proper wife, a wife not from where they were staying at, but from a wife from the area that he comes from, he's familiar with, and he told him how, what the character, the character of the wife he wanted for Isaac. And I was asking myself, our backgrounds, do they play a role in relationships? Do they play a role in relationship? When you read the Bible and you read you hear how people used to get married in the olden days, even if they love each other, but the family will do family background checkup on the family of that the child says that they're in love with that person. They will do family background. And when I talk about family background, people, you mustn't think I'm talking about being rich or whatever. It can be to them, to some it can be, but I think it's more about the character of the family, the reputation of the family. What are they known for? What are they good in? The good and the bad on the family, the cases of the family. And cases, sometimes we think cases it's something that is extraordinary, but it's a habit that has been happening in families. How is it that family with marriage and everything? Do they practice witchcraft and all that? Which religion do they follow? And it is one thing that our parents always tell us, that somebody's background plays a very important role on how they view life. It plays a very important role on how they handle life. And I ask myself that when we get into the relationship, do we check those things of family background, how is it? Yes, there are exceptional cases where you find that their family, they come from polygamous family, but they decide for themselves that this is not going to be my lifestyle. I witness what polygamy does to the children and the wives, and I'm not going to follow suit. But you find that other children may follow that suit. They may not marry many wives, but they don't mind having so many girlfriends around, and some you find that they have children all over the place and all that. Some you find they are not kind, they don't value, and this doesn't only goes to men, that we have to check the background of a man, even the background of women. I think guys, we need to check the family background of this person that you want to have a life with. The painful thing is that somebody's background is like a DNA. Most of the time, it's few people who can detach themselves from their family background, and you find that they follow their family background unconsciously, because it ends up being in the DNA and in the brain and in the how they do things. It's easy for them to follow that the way their family used to do things. And I ask myself that if in the Bible it's been documented about how important the background of a person is, even God didn't want the Israelites to marry the outsiders because they had different beliefs and all that. They had different practices. Even culturally or traditionally, I confuse the two, so I rather mention the two. They will check the family when a boy or a girl says, "I love Usbanbani," so they will know, or the family, or this family is known for this family is known for that. And if they know they're not comparable, they will discourage that union. But how much does family background and your background play a role in your life and in your love life? I think what we underestimate is that as much as love it's so powerful, but love alone is not enough, because a person is individual on their own, and they'll always do things that they are used to, things that it's a habit. If your partner, he grew up in a home where a woman is not respected, or they do whatever that they want and a woman must just follow, it's those few lucky ones who break that curse and they say, this is not the kind of life that I want. There are some families, when you talk about them, you hear people say, not that family. I think every family has got that something. And you find that maybe they are liars. I remember talking to my brother a month ago about about the very same thing. That you need to be aware of your background. You need to be aware of the habits or the cases of your family so that you can do better. And we sabotage ourselves because we say no, I love this person, but love is a verb. And we tend to fail to understand that. But when a person is used to doing things in a certain way, when a person is not used to, they were not raised to say sorry, when they were not raised to take accountability, when they were raised to say you can have anything, you can have any girl, and I'm not saying only men, because the women also do live such lives. I don't want to generalize. Even women live such lives that whatever the craving or the itch that I have, it needs to be, I need to scratch it. They just follow their desire without thinking about the after, and the after it's later. Is this person kind? How do they, when you talk to her when there are issues, is she humble? Is she one person who will say, I'm sorry? I will alternate between the him and she, because I believe a behavior is done by both sexes or both genders. It's not specifically to specific gender. So you need to ask yourself. I think we undermine the how crucial a background is, how crucial it is. There are families that never take accountability. It's those kind, they were not raised to take accountability. They were not raised to reprimand each other. They were not raised to be able to say, I'm sorry. Saying I'm sorry is difficult for most of us, but we have to teach ourselves. And if you cannot take accountability, you will live your life anyhow you want, because you act by feeling, or you act by what I want. You are like a thief who will just come inside the house and take whatever they want because they feel entitled. Do we really check people that are in our lives, their family background? Do we really check, and even check our own? Check our own family background, and check the weaknesses, the good things about your family, the bad things about your family. Most people are miserable, and I believe in love. I'm a sucker for love. God is love. If I cannot believe in love, which means I'm saying I don't believe God exists. I don't believe that God is love and God is love. But most of us are losing the step, and we're losing the way when it comes to love. Somehow, I don't know. I don't know. When you go to social media, you just see people are miserable. People are miserable. When you talk to friends, they are going through so much. When you see people's statuses, you can see there's so much pain, and it's all about because of relationships. And I think you must also ask yourself, I must also ask myself, how have I hurt someone? Am I hurting someone by my actions? I think we have to, because most of the time we are always pointing fingers that somebody is hurting me, somebody has done this to me, but we never look at ourselves. Also we also have hurt other people. So family background it is so crucial, and we under family background is like, I think they call it gallbladder. That part in a chicken, that one that if it's small, it's greenish. I think is it appendix or gallbladder? It's so small, but if you cut it and it spills all over the chicken, the meat, you cannot eat the meat anymore. It becomes poisonous. That's how family background plays so much role in our lives, in relationships, on how we handle things, and how we handle conflict, on how we handle misunderstanding, on how we treat each other. Because we are raised in a certain way that it becomes a norm to us, which is not a norm. But because we are raised in that environment, and we never do a check on ourselves and ask ourselves, is this the right way? If you find that your partner is rude to the waiter, your partner is rude to the security, your partner is rude maybe to house help, he or she will be rude to you. If you find that they talk anyhow to anyone without respect and everything, you must know they will do the same. If they fear no one, they don't have somebody that they respect, who can speak to them and they listen, you are in for a ride. Because in a relationship, sometimes you meet humps and bumps, and sometimes you need intervention. But if your partner is not the kind of person that can listen to someone, and be corrected, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. So I don't know how to emphasize more on this issue of family background, our backgrounds, how it plays a role in every sphere of our lives, the way we be. You know, you can see even at workplace, you sit and you observe people, but the way they behave, the things they do, you can see the family background through them. You can see their parents, you can see their siblings, you can see their ancestors. Like I said, the exceptional cases, because some people, they break away from that background. You may find that they come from a family of people who are drunkards, and they make a decision that I'm not gonna fall under that. And you find others come from a polygamous marriage. It was a norm, and they make a conscious decision that I'm not gonna live that life. But some, you may find, like I said, they may not have many wives, but they have so many women outside. Or it's a woman, it's a girl, her family is known, or the women in that family, they break marriages and everything, and you marry her, she's cheating in your marriage and all that. I think I just feel defeated. I feel defeated when I was just reading those posts on social media about, I think I'm tired about seeing the pain in people. I am tired, and I ask myself, and yes, I do believe that I do believe that we make decision into the kind of relationship that we get into. I do believe that it's the decision that we make that are wrong. But I ask myself, where did you lose the plot? Where did you? God cannot create love and is love, and love end up being the very same thing that hurts most people. Yeah.